This is my online gun part retailer review. I'm going to review some retailers that I've utilized online and just my experience that I've had with them. One of these retailers I've only used once, but most of these I've used for years, and I have many orders and thousands of dollars worth of products that I purchased from them. Some things I'll be critiquing them on are price, item availability, what kind of inventory selection they have, how fast the shipping is, how much the shipping cost, their customer service, how easy it is to get a hold of customer service, and what kind of customer service they provide, their return policy, and some other odds and ends that I'll throw in there. Hopefully this will give you a good idea of what are some reputable online retailers. So let's get right into it. First up is OpticsPlanet, probably one of the largest online retailers as far as gun parts go. They have a great selection of inventory. However, some of their items are back ordered and you can't order everything right away. Their price is pretty middle of the road, and this is probably a pretty good website to use to kind of get an idea of how much products cost. When you do find an item in stock, they ship relatively quick. They have a great return policy, and the customer service that I've had with them, that's been better than average. They do charge sales tax for each state, and I don't like how they put credit card holds, especially on back-ordered items. They do offer some pretty decent sales, and they usually have coupon codes that work on most of their items. This is probably one of the more reputable online retailers, so I gotta say they're pretty trustworthy. I'll score them an 8 out of 10. Alright, so next up is Primary Arms. This is also a very large online retailer. They only have a slightly smaller selection of items compared to OpticsPlanet. Their sale items do sell out quickly though, but they do offer some pretty decent sales. They do offer free shipping, but only with select items like the branded optics. Their shipping is really quick and with reasonable rates. I'd be prepared to pay about $10 for shipping, even for one item. They do have a return policy, but only for unopened, unused items and within 10 days, so it's a little more stringent than most. I've only had to contact customer service once, and the experience was just a little below average. They weren't rude, but they weren't all that accommodating either. This is definitely a trusted site, and I'll score them an above average 7 out of 10. Next on the docket is ar15discounts.com. They do have a decent inventory, but it does seem a little limited. They're not the lowest prices, but they do offer some pretty good sales, and they usually have 1 or 2 sale items that are just really outstanding. On their website, it says they offer free shipping on orders $150 or more, but every time that I've used them, it's been on orders $49 or more. So their free shipping rate is on orders like 50 bucks. If it's under 50 bucks, they offer a flat rate shipping cost of $8.99, so that's a pretty decent rate. And if you're looking for your more premium brands like Daniel Defense, Geisley, and Trijicon, their inventory is pretty sparse. They do offer a really top-notch return policy. Basically, if it isn't a gift card or a blemished or used item, you have 30 days to return an opened and unopened product for whatever reason, so I do really like the return policy. Another thing that I really like is that there isn't any sales tax, and a lot of times I can get free shipping. So the price that I see is the price that I pay. They also really have a really good customer service team. They've answered questions quickly, gotten back to me, been very courteous, and my experiences with customer service has just been some of the best in the industry. They do offer some other services like Cerakote. I haven't tried it, so I can't attest if it's any good or not. And they do manufacture some of their own parts, like Dirty Bird and MBS are brands associated with AR-15 discounts. The only thing holding AR-15 discounts back is their limited inventory. Other than that, they're about a perfect online gun part retailer in my eyes. I'll score them a 9 out of 10. Alright, so next up is Amazon.com. What can I say about them? They're not really gun friendly. They do have a very limited inventory of gun parts and things associated with guns. I will say they use a very standard way of pricing things. So this is about the lowest that you're going to find on the retail end of any product that you're looking for, and you can find on Amazon.com. They don't really have sales or coupon codes except for Amazon Prime Day and things like Black Friday. And they will sell you an open package as new. I purchased a 6-hour Romeo 5 red dot, and it came in a no-name cardboard box with no instruction manual, no battery. So I ended up just returning it. Speaking of returns, they do have one of the best return policies online. Period. They will charge you sales tax on everything, so that will be an extra cost. And if you do have a Prime membership, they have one of the quickest shipping times. Without Prime, I've waited 20 days for an item, and that's just unacceptable to me. And if you don't have a Prime membership, you will have to spend $25 more in order to get free shipping. I really only use Amazon when looking for a tool or something from Magpul, maybe a sling, an M-lock slot, something like that. The only thing that I like from Amazon is their shipping and their return policy. So this gets a 3 out of 10 in my eyes. Okay, so the next retailer I'm going to talk about is eBay. And again, this retailer isn't very gun friendly. And while they do have a limited inventory, it is slightly better than Amazon's. You can buy Glock slides and Glock parts and things of that sort. I really don't understand the pricing, as the prices are probably the highest price that you'll find on the retail end for items. If you're really desperate to find something and you need it relatively quick, then this is probably the only reason I would utilize eBay. There are no sales, no coupons, not ever. Some people tax, some people don't. Some offer free shipping and some people don't. Some people will offer returns and some won't. And if you're buying, you could be buying a fake. I've seen a lot of fake optics out there. I've seen a lot of fake parts. So buyer beware when you're buying from eBay. You are somewhat protected with PayPal, but I still wouldn't really want to go through the hassle of buying something, waiting for it to get there, opening it up, seeing that's a fake, and then having to return it and deal with the hassle of getting your money back. I would just avoid eBay altogether, and I score them a 1 out of 10. So let's get back to a positive retailer, and I'll talk about Joe Bob Outfitters. While their inventory is pretty limited, their inventory is usually in stock at least. They do offer free shipping on orders $90 and over, and their shipping is really quick, probably some of the quickest in the industry. And what I mean by that is their processing team processes orders very quickly, usually within 24 hours. Sometimes I've had it where I've ordered an item and they gave me a shipping confirmation and tracking number a couple hours later. They do offer a lot of budget-friendly items and products, and their return policy is okay. It's 100% store credit, or 15% less if you're getting cash back, and that 15% is for a restocking fee of theirs. They have a really stellar customer service team. I've had to change an item on an order, and they allowed me to change it with no hassle. I've had to ask questions, and they've gotten back to me super quick, and they've always been friendly, courteous, and professional. Joe Bob Outfitters is a really trusted site of mine. They offer some very quick shipping, and their customer service team is really superb. So I'll score them above average 7 out of 10. So this next one you might not have heard of, and it's DAC Outdoors. I've utilized DAC Outdoors 3 times, and it's all been the same experience. They actually have a pretty in-depth inventory. It's above average for sure. They have some of the lowest prices I've ever seen on items, like a Radiant Raptor for $60 and a PDW stock by Strike Industries for $197. But with those cheap items, you can expect to wait a month or more to receive those items. Their shipping and processing team is some of the slowest I've ever seen. They have a very lackluster customer service team. Either that or it's very small. I've emailed them about the status of my order, and it's taken them a week or more to get back with me with an answer. They have absolutely no return policy at all on anything for whatever reason. And the only reason that I utilize DAC Outdoors is for their low prices. Like I said, it's the lowest I've seen on some items. And I knew what to expect because I've read reviews, so my expectations were pretty low when utilizing this site. The only reason I score them as high as I did is because of their prices. It's 4 out of 10 for DAC Outdoors. So next up is Locked and Loaded. They have a really good selection and inventory, and some of the lowest prices, again, that I've ever seen on items. I got a Landtac Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group for $200. This is where I purchased my Rise Armament RA535 triggers, and I've seen them as low as $123 on this site. Almost every single item that they sell is below retail price and better than sales themselves. Their products do go out of stock quite frequently, but they do restock about once every month or two. You are limited to only purchasing 20 items at a time, and their shipping rates are pretty high. Expect to pay $30 for a full 20 items. Their processing is pretty slow. It usually takes about 7 days. On average, it takes me about 10 days from the day that I ordered for me to actually receive the product. Their customer service is pretty average, and they have a very limited return policy. However, I utilize Locked and Loaded quite a bit just because of their prices. And 10 days to me isn't that long to wait, especially for the prices that I'm getting on some of the items. It's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Okay, so next up is a website called Tactum. They actually sell a lot on eBay too. They have a pretty in-depth selection and inventory. They offer free shipping on orders $35 and over, but their prices are higher than most that you'll find online. I do like that they don't charge sales tax, and the $35 for free shipping is pretty low. Here's the caveat. They take about 3 weeks to process orders, and if you do order an item, they may take 3 weeks to tell you that they no longer have that item in stock, and that the price that you paid for it 3 weeks ago is no longer the price, that they raised it another $10, $20, and then tell you that if you'd like to order the item, you can wait another 3 weeks and pay the extra $10 or $20. It's a terrible business practice, and I've had to hound customer service in order to get a response about my order. Order at your own risk, a 2 out of 10. And now we have AIM Surplus, and I like AIM Surplus. They offer a decent inventory, but it isn't super in-depth. Most items are in stock, and they offer some pretty good sales, like a Glock 19 barrel for $40. There is no free shipping, but their shipping costs are pretty reasonable. Expect about $10. They have a fast processing and shipping team. It takes about 2 days to process orders, and I got my order within 5 days. They have a better than average customer service team and a decent return policy. They do manufacture Glock slides and barrels, and it's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Next up is a website that I've found recently, and that's Battlehawk Armory. Their selection is really, really stellar. They sell out of products frequently. And again, this is another website that has some of the lowest prices I've ever seen on items. This is where I order my Strike Industries Enhanced Lower Parts Kit for like $33, $35. And their processing team takes about 7 days or less. Their shipping rates are kind of high. Expect to pay $20 or $30 depending on how many items that you order. They do this weird thing with shipping. When I order 12 items, they ship like 3 items with FedEx, 2 items with United States Postal Service, and then the rest of them with DHL and UPS. You won't get all the items at once. But they do this for a quicker shipping turnaround. They must use multiple warehouses and retailers, and I haven't contacted customer service, so I don't really know how it's like. And their return policy is pretty limited, so just kind of keep that in mind. It's a solid 8 out of 10 for me for Battlehawk Armory. Next, I want to talk about straight from the manufacturer or brand retailer. And I've utilized brands like Aero Precision, Swamp Fox Optics, Safari Precision. And if you sign up directly for their mailing lists, like through email, they'll notify you with flash sales and coupons and when things go on sale. And if you order straight from them, I've noticed that their processing and shipping times are some of the quickest I've seen. And their customer service, for whatever reason, always seems to be on point. So I highly recommend utilizing ordering straight from the manufacturer or retailer when you can. And if you really support or like a brand, just go ahead and sign up for their mailing list. It won't hurt, and you'll actually get notified on some pretty decent sales. I know this has been a long video, but I'm just going to touch on a few last things, and that's how to make your buying experience better. Know what you're buying. Do some research on it. Make sure it's going to fit your needs and has the features that you want. Watch videos and reviews online, and sometimes those videos itself will have a coupon code on it on the product. And know what a good price is for it. Know what the retail price is for it. And then look online and just see what retailers are charging for that item. That way, when you see just a great deal on it, you know to just grab it when it's available. If you do find a stellar deal on an item that you have been looking at for a while, don't wait. Go ahead and jump on it, because a lot of times those items will sell out. And I've waited just to kind of think about buying an item, only to come back a few minutes later and find that it's completely sold out. When you're actually ready to purchase the item, make sure it's in stock. Sometimes it'll be back ordered, especially if it's a good price or a really in-demand item. And there's nothing more frustrating than waiting for an item for months, only to finally just cancel it because you just want to give up on waiting for that item. Make sure it's the right item and that it will fit your firearm or it's what you're looking for. Most of the time that I've had issues with orders, it's been my fault because I've ordered the wrong item, or I ordered an item that I thought would fit on my gun and it didn't. And it's my fault, and that's why I like to have a decent return policy, because sometimes I don't know if it's going to fit. But sometimes I'm willing to also take a chance, so be willing to take a chance on an item if you're not entirely sure. But just remember, if you do decide to take a chance, then don't come back at customer service all cockeyed and like it's their fault. Just kind of suck it up as a loss, and I've had to do that a couple of times. I just manned up and said, you know what, that was my fault, and I'll take the loss on it. Another thing that's really helped me save money is that if I really do like a product, or a brand, or an online retailer, I'll leave a good review, and sometimes those good reviews have rewarded me with a coupon, or free shipping, or a free item, or just, you know, a good experience with customer service. And sometimes those customer service representatives will remember who you are, and they'll make it more likely for something good to happen if you ever need kind of a favor in the future. One last thing, it's going to be about expectations. If I'm utilizing a retailer that I have doubts about or I haven't used before, and I read reviews about how slow their shipping is, but they have great prices, that's going to be my expectation, that I'm going to save money, but I might wait a little bit for that item. And when I go into that retailer expecting that, and they kind of deliver on it, then I'm not that upset when it takes 6 weeks to get to me, but I save 20 bucks on it. Just remember to set your expectations accordingly. But I hope this video has given you some insight on some of the retailers that I use and what to expect from them. And if you ever have any questions, you can always comment below. But I appreciate any support, and thanks for watching.